I really shouldn't be making this video. I'm too tired. But I have to get the thought down. I had to share this. I had this thought yesterday. I wrote down two topics here. And actually they go hand in hand. They're actually related. And what I wanted to mention to you is a behavior that I've noticed much more prevalent lately that it's indicative of bigger things. Have you ever been in a grocery store and I bet you're just an average guy that goes into a grocery store and you have to buy some groceries, you know. And do you ever encounter these humanoid beings who don't get out of your way? You know what I mean? They, you have this overweight lady just standing there in front of the refrigerators. Let's say it's a small store like mine, not like the bigger store down the road, where the aisles are just big enough to where two carts could fit through, one on the left side, one on the right side. And let's say this overweight behemoth woman has her cart like horizontally so that she's blocking both the left side and the right side. And just as an average Joe, you can't get through, you know, and there is no awareness on this humpback whale of a woman, you know. There's no awareness on her of your existence, you know. You sit there, you're in your cart, you know, you're pushing your cart along, and you've got to get to the garlic bread that's at the second to the last fridge there, you know. And she's standing there looking at the Stouffer's steak dinners, you know, and she's looking at those and she's, oh, look at these deals on these steaks. You know, and she's drooling looking at these steaks. And you're looking down there at the garlic bread. You're like, God, how the hell do I get to the garlic bread? This great white shark is in my way. How do I get past her? And she has no awareness of you. You might even say, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. And it'll get to the point where another woman comes along, you know, and she sits directly in front of the garlic bread, and she goes, you know, she's another, what would be another, she's another hippopotamus, you know. You got the hippopotamus and the humpback whale, and now the hippopotamus says to the whale, oh, hi, Diane. Oh, Ruth, how are you doing? Oh, great to see you. And they even hug each other, and they just start talking about curtains, you know. And here you are, you're all the way down here, and you're looking at the garlic bread. Now the garlic bread is completely surrounded by hippopotamus and humpback whale. And you have literally no way to get in there. And they have no awareness of you. They don't care about you whatsoever. They've completely blocked the aisle on both sides. So even if you wanted to go all the way around, it would not be possible for you to get to that garlic bread conveniently, you know. That's a scenario. You might scoff at me and say, Alex, you need to grow some balls. And you need to just go in there and say, excuse me, I need to get to the garlic bread. See, that's what you need to do, Alex. Just, God, you're such a little boy. You're so immature. But really, I'm telling you, it's so often that you do that. You say, excuse me, I need to get to the garlic bread place, and you say it, and then the hippopotamus or the whale are just like, and it's like the smallest courtesy. And they had no awareness of you, and they made no effort to even acknowledge your presence. Just as a customer, mind you. Just another average Joe. And you say, excuse me, and they get so agitated. And it's like, brrr! I don't even know what kind of sound a whale makes or a hippopotamus, but they then get all offended. It's like, and you have to deal with that confrontation just to get your garlic bread. And now they look at you like, oh, how dare you! You're interrupting my conversation with Diane! How dare you! You racist! Like, that's how bad it's getting. I'm telling you. Now, okay, that was average Joe with hippopotamus and whale. That probably happens to you every day, I'm sure of it. Now, with me, a worker, it's even worse. Like, I'm lower than dirt to most people. And this, it's like 1% of people. I am completely serious about this. Out of 100 people I encounter in a day, one person will go out of his way to get his cart to the right side so that I can come around on the left side. I'm completely 100% serious about this. And you see this. I'm telling you. This is no joke. Like just the other day, this total jerk with glasses, this really annoying guy. He's got this really annoying voice. It's like, hey, how's it going? Ah! He sticks his cart like horizontally in the middle of the aisle, and I'm leading this woman to something that's on the other side of the aisle, and I have to go through him, and I'm shuffling toward him. He sees me coming. There's no awareness whatsoever. And because he gets in my way, I bash my shoulder into this metal thing that's sticking out of the side, because I have to do all this to shimmy around him and squeeze through just because he has no awareness and he's a moron. So many people are like that. They have no awareness of anything around them whatsoever. It's so frustrating. Do you see this every day? Do you notice this? How people have no courtesy? They have no awareness. They have no acknowledgement of the other human being. Like, I work in retail. I'm supposed to acknowledge people as they come through the door. I'm supposed to make contact and say, hi, And they don't do that. It's, most people are just like, they don't want to respond to you. And it just becomes the social contract of, since he said hello to me, I must respond with, hello, how you doing? And then I have to respond, I'm good, how you doing? Good, how you doing? Oh, I'm good, how you doing? Good, yeah. And it just goes on. It's an ongoing courtesy social construct of how you doing and good. And the reality is, nobody's good. Nobody is doing good right now. Everybody is brain dead, and they're not aware of anything going on. I feel like these days it's the calm before the storm. You know, that's the perfect opportunity for Satan to completely and utterly annihilate you, is when you have no awareness of his existence and no awareness of the complete and utter discourtesy between people everywhere. It's not only in that store environment that I'm giving you, you know. That's just a personal observation. Look at my brother. He's a driver, you know, for a big company, you know. I won't embarrass him. And you know what the kind of discourtesy that he encounters on the road? It's the exact same situation. Nobody will let you over. You're trying to get on the highway and people will try to cut you off as you're coming into the highway, and they're going so fast. There's so many cars just zooming, and nobody shows any courtesy to let the other person get in. Maybe it's 1 out of 100. It's probably the exact same situation on the road. It's 1 out of 100 people will actually be courteous and will not be cutthroat, low-life hippopotamuses, you know. And so that leads me into the awareness of, you're not aware of things right in front of you, but what of bigger things, you know? Are you aware of what is happening in the world? Are you aware of Satan, which goes into the second half of my topic? I encountered this beautiful young woman. She was a mom. She had her 2 kids. And one of the kids says, I want to buy a costume. You know, we already have Halloween stuff up. So they already got kids' costumes on the wall, you know. It's cute. And the beautiful young lady says to one of her kids, she says, not yet. I don't know if we're going to even have a Halloween this year. Who knows what or if they're going to take away the holiday from us. And I remember specifically the they. Who's they? She's obviously talking about the virus and the government and how things have changed to where a lot of things we took for granted are taken away. You know, like the movie theater. You could take that for granted. I take that, you know, I was saying that to my boss. I was saying, where is Expendables 4? You know, I would really like to go to the movie theater. I'm going to stay in the back of the movie theater so I don't get kicked in the back by some idiot. You know, I hate that, getting kicked in your chair when you're sitting in a movie theater. That's why movie theaters are closing, is because idiots have no courtesy. Same thing, awareness. I'm sitting in the movie theater. And I'm trying to watch Expendables 4, and this jerk is kicking the back of my seat, you know. Obviously, I want to just, you don't want to know what I want to do when I turn around, you know. And it continues, like, where is the awareness? Do you realize there's another person sitting in the seat in front of you in the movie theater? Are you aware of the existence of another human being? Or has our society and culture gotten to the point where, nah, it's all about the individual, okay? It's all it is, man, bro. I'm the only human being on the earth, and I don't give a shit about any other person. Bah. You know, that's what we are, you know? Is there anything united? Are we the United States? Are we united? Is there any courtesy? Do we love anything, you know? Any person, other human being? Do you love your neighbor? You know? But what I was saying about the movie theater, taking that for granted, you know, that's they took that away from me. I can't go and see Expendables 4, and I have no interest in seeing anything else because they have ruined everything. And they have decided that I cannot take the risk to go into a movie theater because I might get some sniffles. They have taken that away from me. They are taking Halloween from these little children. They are stealing the little children's candy. The they. And who is they? What is causing all of the they to take this away? Satan. That's what people aren't aware of with this whole scenario. The awareness. See, the they and the awareness. Satan. Once again, people aren't aware of Satan and how Satan has manipulated human behavior to be so discourteous and so completely oblivious to everything around us. We're blind. You're as blind as a bat. And the death blow approaches. It's right at this moment, the storm is rolling in. We're reading Job right now. There's a storm rolling in. It's called God's judgment. God is going to allow Satan to have his reign on this world for 7 years. And when that judgment comes down, are you going to stand with him? Are you going to be one of his sheep? Or are you going to be one of these goats on the left? Are you aware? Do you read your Bible? Do you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ? Or are you asleep right now? Are you one of those humpback whales drooling over the Stauffer's steak dinners? Are you aware of the young man asking you to get the hell out of his way? Or are you completely oblivious? Do you allow the person to come into the highway? Or do you completely cut him off and ram him off the road? Are you aware of how Satan has manipulated everybody's behavior to be complete jerks everywhere? Behavior, mentality. It just gets worse and worse as we approach these last days. People are nuts. This lady said that to me yesterday. We were all out of hangers. Hangers! What does that indicate to you? That indicates a lot of people moving. Probably a lot of divorces. People abandoning their lives, their homes, their lifestyles, their ways of living. Abandoning it to what? What is this virus? How is Satan changing us into something else, into something abominable? The they. It's Satan. Do you stand with Christ or do you fall with Satan? Your choice.